Hello my dear students. Last class in the capacitor 1, what we have done, we have calculated in general capacitance of a capacitor, and in general what we have done in the last class you can see. So here capacitor consists of two conductors separated by an insulator represented symbolically like this, and if you connect this to a potential difference V, and Q is the charge stored across this capacitor plates are charged, then we have defined capacitance by this formula Q proportional to V, C equals to Q by V. In the last class we have got this formula. The capacitance of a capacitor is given by Q by V as by this formula. However, the capacitance of a capacitor does not depend upon the voltage applied, does not depend upon the charge stored on the capacitor. Neither capacitance of a capacitor depends on the charge stored or on the voltage applied. But this formula tells when you apply the voltage across the capacitance, if we go on increasing the voltage, the charge on the capacitor goes on increasing. If denominator increases, numerator increases, but capacitance of a capacitor remains constant. Today we can prove by some mathematical formula as capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So this is a very important long questions for the board exam. Also plenty of short questions you can get out of this. So capacitor of a parallel plate capacitor, will derive this one, but here we will take the help of Gauss law. Gauss law applications will take the help to derive this one. First to see the derivation. Now here this is the parallel plate capacitor. One plate is positively charged, one plate is negatively charged. I can say this is the terminals. This is the terminals of the capacitor, and it has no meaning actually. This is the terminals we can take to connect to some other circuits. Now the distance between these two plates is D. Here I can say this is the parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor consists of two parallel plates, conducting plates. This is one plate and this is another plate. Both are having the same area, one over another. So this is the plate area A, this is also plate area A. Here you can take a terminal, here you can take the terminals, and the distance between these two plates we can say D. Okay, here the distance between these two plates I can D. Okay, take D. So this is the parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor we can say consists of two parallel plates. Each of area A I have taken capital A. If it is plate is circular in shape, area will be pi r square. If it is rectangular in form, it will be area into length into breadth. If it is square in form, it is length square. Whatever the area by geometry, you can take the area. Let me take the capital A is the area of the each plate. Now separation between them is D, and the space between them is filled by an insulator, and that is called as the dielectric. That means two parallel plate having each of area A separated by an insulating medium, say AR for the simplicity. If other medium will be introduced, we will see what happens in dielectrics. Now we will consider everything taking AR into considerations. Now here what happens, you see. This is the structures of a parallel plate capacitor. Each plate of area A, each plate of area we can say A, and separation between them is D. Now what? One plate is positively charged by any means, one plate is negatively charged. So this is a plate number 1, this is a plate number 2, and the electric field is definitely directed in this direction from plus to minus. These are directions of electric field, and this is the directions of, we can say, the electric field from plus to minus. This side becomes plus, we can say, this side becomes minus. This is a parallel plate capacitor. Now we want to find out the capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor. You may be asked a question, derive an expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So here you can take the concept as per the applications of Gauss law. If you have a thin sheet of charge, positive, and the charge density I can say sigma, I think you know sigma is equal to Q by A. Charge density, surface charge density is charge per surface area. Now at any point, the electric field in magnitude equals to, I think you do remember, sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Epsilon 0 is the permittivity of this medium, AR medium. That means if you have a charge plate at a distance, say at any distance, say it may be 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, at any distance, or the electric field magnitude is sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Epsilon is the permittivity, sigma is the charge density, charge per area. Okay. Now what happens in this case here? Now here in magnitude, this is sigma by 2 epsilon 0, and here also if you take the negative charge at the same point P, say any point, it is, you see, it is independent of the distance r. Say let this distance is r, this field is independent of this distance r. I think you do remember from the applications of Gauss law. So at any point the field will be sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Here due to negative charge, here you can say this is minus sigma, or we can say minus Q by A. That is the positive charge density, we can say negative charge density. So E equals to, in magnitude, kete habo sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Same. But what is the difference between these two? The difference between these two fields is only the direction. If you are calculating the electric field at any point due to a positive seat of charge, then you are getting the direction is out of the seat in these directions of electric field. And if you want to find out the electric field at any point due to negative seat of charge, this is the directions of electric field, towards the negative, away from positive. This is the difference. Now knowing this fact, let me calculate the electric field first inside these plates, also outside the plates. Surrounding the parallel plate capacitor also we should know what is the electric field. Now here you can choose any point here. Any point here. Say this is the P1, that is the P out 1. Now electric field at this point, due to this positive seat 1, that is in these directions. E1 directions in that directions. Now due to negative charge the same, due to this plate, this is E2 towards the negative charge, and the electric field due to plane seat of charge is independent of the distance as per the applications of Gauss law. So we can say these two electric fields are equal in magnitude, as I have specified here, sigma by 2 epsilon 0, sigma by 2 epsilon 0. These two are same in magnitude but oppositely directed, hence they cancel out. Same thing happens in this side also. If you consider the electric field due to this due to positive charge, it is away, E1, and due to negative charge at the same point, so I can say P2, and here in these directions, that is E2, E1 and E2 are same in magnitude, hence they cancels out because they are oppositely directed. That's why the conclusion is outside the plates of the capacitor, net field is 0. Okay, I think first concept is clear. Outside the plates under considerations, the electric field is 0, though the plates are charged plate. One is positive, one is negative. Next, let us see what happens inside the point. Here you can take, it is not at the center, anywhere you can take. So this is the point P I am taking under consideration. Now what is the electric field at this point due to this positive charge? Definitely in these directions, that is E1. Electric field inside these two plates due to positive plate, as per the application of Gauss law, E1 equals to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. It is towards right as seen from the diagram E1. I can say E1 is also E positive due to positive charge plate. What happens due to negative charge plate? You can see due to negative charge plate at the same point, I am showing just below this, but at this point actually. So here, due to negative charge, it is towards the charge, that is E2. But remember, this point and this point are same. I am taking this to a same point to show in the diagram. I am taking for explanations at this point. So E2, here I can write E2 also in magnitude. This is plus sigma, this is minus sigma, one positive and negative, but in magnitude both are same. So that here E2 is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that is E minus. Now your idea is very much clear. Both E1 and E2 are in same direction. Both E1 and E2 are in same direction. That's why net field E net at the point P equals to E1 in magnitude, E2, but direction says in the diagram, E1 plus E2, so that you can add these two, sigma by 2 epsilon 0, sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Okay? Now what happens? That becomes sigma by epsilon 0. That is E net. Net electric field at the point P, so that I can write this is at the point P. This is the electric field. I think your idea is clear now. This is the electric field at that point. And this electric field, since I can say, since sigma equals to charge per area is the surface charge density. It is called as surface charge density. So that since this is sigma is the charge per area surface charge density, here you can write the electric field at this point inside between the plates, EP equals to, simply I can write E now, electric field inside the plates, E equals to, is it independent of the distance? It is independent of the distance. Distance में कुछ होता नहीं है, डिस्टेंस में कोई इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड चेंज नहीं होता है. सो दैट EP इक्वल्स टू E, दैट इज सिग्मा बाय इप्सिलॉन 0 इक्वल टू सिग्मा Q by A epsilon 0. That is the electric field at this point. I think now your idea is clear. Now here, that means at this point the electric field equals to Q divided by A. Here I can write, you see, electric field equals to sigma by epsilon 0 is equal to charge by A epsilon 0. Okay. Now once you are getting the electric field and one is positively charged and one is negatively charged, there must exist a potential difference between the two plates. There must exist a potential difference between two plates. One is positive, one is negative, one is higher potential, one is lower potential. That's why the potential difference between the plates, V equals to E into D. You can apply the formula E equals to V upon D. V by R, electric field is potential by distance. It is a very common formula, is equal to V by R. That's why electric field also expressed as volt by meter. So E into D, that's a potential is equal to E is Q by epsilon 0. That is E Q by A epsilon 0. I'm writing E is Q by A epsilon 0 into D. That's why capacitance of this capacitor, parallel plate capacitor C equals to, I think you do remember the formula, Q upon V, because Q equals to CV. You know this formula, Q is equal to CV, the very common formula in capacitance. That's why C equals to Q upon V. If C equals to Q upon V, then you can find out. So C equals to Q upon V. V, just I have removed this one. Q, V we have calculated earlier. Again you can see here V equals to E into D that is this much, Q by A epsilon 0 into D. Take that V and substitute here. So Q divided by A epsilon 0 into D. Q by A epsilon 0, Q by A epsilon 0 into D. That's why you are getting the final formula for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. This implies that C equals to epsilon 0 A upon D. This is the formula from which you may be asked plenty of questions. At the beginning, whenever you have started the capacitance, now you see, your idea will be clear now. At the beginning, whenever you have taken the capacitance, and we have told that it is simply a two conductors separated by an insulator or dielectric, and it is charged. It is charged, and V is the potential, C is the capacitance, Q is the charge towards C is the capacitance, and we have written C equals to Q by V. At that moment, I have told you, if we increase the voltage across the capacitance, or if you increase the charge, or you decrease the charge or decrease the potential difference, there will be no effect on the capacitance of a capacitor. Capacitance of a capacitor remains constant, unless its physical structure or geometry will be changed, or the material inside the capacitor plates will be changed. The dielectrics will be changed. Different materials will be there, not materials of the plate, materials of insulators inside the plates. That means here the capacitance does not depend upon the voltage. Remember this one. Capacitance does not depend upon the charge stored across the capacitor, but capacitance depends on physical structures of these plates. If you change the plate area of two conductors, if you change the plate area, if you take a square, if you take a circle, if you take a rectangle, you can change the plate area. If you change the plate area, then you can change the capacitance of that capacitor. More the area, more the capacitance. If you change the separation between the plates, then capacitance also can be changed. That means if you change the separation, if you increase the separation or decrease the separation, capacitance also can be changed. Then if you change this material inside these plates of the capacitor, dielectrics, this is the epsilon naught, epsilon 0 read as epsilon naught, and epsilon naught is nothing but what? Permittivity of free space or air. Free space and air are not same, remember. Free space and air are not same. However, free space and air having approximately same permittivity. Permittivity we have already explained in Coulomb's law in electrostatics. So here, if you change the medium, change the dielectrics, you are changing from say air to glass to mica to say other liquids whose are dielectrics, we can say their dielectric or insulating properties, then epsilon 0 can be changed. It is for air medium. Epsilon naught is the permittivity for air medium, but for other medium it will be written as epsilon, and a very important concept we'll discuss in case of dielectrics. Now with this, I think now let me slightly slow of discussing some conceptual questions. First we'll go for some conceptual questions, then we can go for any numericals over this one. First, now the conclusion is, for a parallel, let me summarize this one. For a parallel plate capacitor, simply capacitor consists of two conductors separated by insulator or dielectrics. If that conductors will be a parallel plate of equal sizes separated by an insulator by certain thickness, then we can say the entire space is filled with same type of insulators. Then what happens? The capacitance of that parallel plate capacitor can be obtained as this formula, and here If you will be asked what is the electric field at outside the plates, answer is 0. What is the electric field outside the plates? Answer is 0. What is the electric field inside the plates? We have calculated. We have calculated the electric field. We will calculate the force of attraction between them. One charge is positive, one charge is negative. There are two plates. There must be force as per the Coulomb's law. And we will calculate the force between two plates of the parallel plate capacitor. Next, first you see this formula under consideration. Number 1. Now first questions we'll discuss over this one. First question is, this clearly indicates that this formula, capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is directly proportional to area. It is a very common sense. If you increase the plate area, you can increase the capacitance. I think it is sure. If you increase the plate area, you can increase the capacitance. If you decrease the separation, C inversely proportional to D. Epsilon 0 is a constant permittivity, so inversely proportional to D. If you, with same plate area, if you go on increasing the separation, what happens? The capacitance decreases. If you decrease the plate area, capacitance increases. Okay? Now here with this, a very important concept, I think you shouldn't forget this. You will be asked a question. Say there is a capacitance and we have taken this distance is D and the plate area is A. Now the intermediate space, this space is AR. What happens? It is AR. You will be asked a question. Now you should guess it. If the two edges of a capacitor are connected between the plates, conducting plates, this is a conducting plate, this is a conductor, this is a conductor, and this is AR, this is a capacitor. And capacitance of the capacitor Q by V and parallel plate capacitor formula we have already derived. Now you will be asked a question. If you connect these two plates by a conducting plate, this is a conducting plate, this is a conductor, this is a conductor. If you by conducting plate, then what happens to that capacitance? This is a conductor, this is a conductor. Now it was AR earlier, insulator. Now I am connecting this. Either you can connect like this or you can connect like this. You can connect like this. Same thing happens. What happens in that case? See, in that case, there is no thickness of the dielectric. There is no thickness of the insulator because plates are connected. It is exactly same as this. Okay? So there are two plates. There is an insulator, but I am connecting by means of a conductor. So if you give one positive charge will flow across this one. It cannot be a capacitor. That's why in this case we can say D can be taken as 0. Capacitance, D becomes 0. Capacitance becomes infinite, remember. It's a very important conceptual question. If you will be asked a question like this, if two edges of a capacitor connected by means conducting plate, what happens to the capacitance? Remember, most of the students write capacitance is 0. Answer is no. Capacitance becomes undefined or infinite, we can say. First concept is over. Second concept, concept 2. Now here capacitance you have read Q by V. So Farad is equal to Coulomb by volt. You may be asked a question. Here you see the capacitance C equals to epsilon 0 A upon D, means from this you may be asked a question. Epsilon 0 is equal to C into D upon A. Epsilon 0 is equal to C into D upon A. Now here this is Farad into meter by meter square. That's why you can write Farad by meter. You may be asked a question. Prove that the epsilon 0 can be expressed as Farad per meter. Come to the Coulomb's law earlier cases, you see. We have done this one. I am removing this. It has no use now. We have completed this one. Now here, see. Now epsilon 0 from Coulomb's law. From Coulomb's law, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square we have got. From this epsilon 0 is equal to epsilon 0. Epsilon 0 can be taken to this place. Q1 Q2. Epsilon Q1 Q2 by 4 pi F R square have taken epsilon 0 to this place, F to this place. That's why it is Coulomb square. Coulomb into Coulomb, Coulomb square, 4 pi has no unit, Newton meter square. That is epsilon 0. In unit, we have got this one. And value is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square by Newton meter square. To check your concept, you may be asked a question like this. The permittivity of free space or permittivity of air is 8.85 10 to the minus 12 farad per meter. Tell whether true or false. Answer is true, because farad per meter is nothing but Coulomb square by Newton meter square. Both are dimensionally same. You may be asked a questions, prove that both are same by dimension. Dimensionally also they are same. Over. Now let me again describe, again take a numericals. See. Now here what happens, sometimes you may be asked a questions, you will be given A, you will be given D, you know the epsilon 0, you can find out this. Find out the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, a simple numericals. If A is given, D is given, epsilon 0 is given, you can find out. See, how to manipulate in problems. So, how to mathematical manipulations I can say. Examples. See. Now you are given these plates are in form of a disc. It is not a square. It is not a rectangle, it is a disc of radius r. Okay. Now radius r is given to you. For an example, r may be given or r may be asked. Now here, this is the plates. This plate is circular disc. We can say this is a disc of radius r. How many discs will be there for parallel plate capacitor? 2 discs will be required. Now the separation between them, it is given, say separation given 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter you can say minus 3 meter is immaterial, you can write millimeter or centimeter, you can convert it into meter to express capacitance in farad. Now question is, if the capacitance of this capacitor having 2 parallel plates in the form of a disc, the parallel plate is a form of a disc, then the CD, just like CD, compact disc, CD or DVD players, we can say 2 circular disc. This is one circular disc of radius r, another just below this, we can say just below this. And separation between these two is D. Now if capacitance of that capacitor is 1 farad, question is find out this R. Find out this R. So how to find out this? See, you can find out this, but this type of manipulation should be done in this type of problems. Don't put epsilon 0, the calculations will be complicated. Because value is 8.85 10 to the minus 12, it is very difficult to divide a factors by 8.85 without calculator. That's why what you have to do. Now here you have to find out the radius. You can apply the formula C equal to epsilon 0 A. This is circular in form, so area is pi r square. Okay? Pi r square, r you have to calculate, radius, distance is given, divided by d. So you have to find out r square. See, r square you have to find out. R square is equal to C into D. R square is C into D by pi epsilon 0. Okay. Now how to manipulate this? This is pi. Now how to manipulate this? This equals to C into D whole divided by. Here you make it 4 pi epsilon 0. It is pi epsilon 0. So you can multiply 4. You have multiplied 4 in denominator, 4 in numerator. 4 cancels out. CD by pi epsilon 0. I have done this because to make 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 C into D, that is 9 into 10 to the power 9. You know this value. It is better to substitute 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 or 4 pi epsilon 0 instead of simply epsilon 0 for manipulation. So that here C is 1 farad into D is 10 to the power minus 3, this equals to C. 9 into 4 is 4 CD into 4. So into 4. So it will be 36 into 10 to the power 6, that is R square. In the left hand side, see, R square is this much, 36 into 10 to the power 6. That means the R equals to how much? Root over of 36 into 6, 6 into 10 to the power 3 meter, I can say 6 kilometer. Whatever the choice will be given, these type of problems can be asked to solve in 1 minute. Now I think your idea is clear about the parallel plate capacitor. This may be a short questions, long questions. This may be a source for number of conceptual short questions. Also this is a source for number of numericals, and this formula is very important. In this part I have discussed this parallel plate capacitor taking AR as dielectric. AR. You will be asked later on what happens if glass slab will be introduced between them. Other dielectrics. Entire space will be filled with other dielectrics. Half space will be filled with dielectric. Half place horizontal, half place vertical, and there are plenty of questions. We will discuss this everything in dielectric chapters. Again, we will go number of conceptual things. We will calculate in the next class. Next, in capacitor 3, we will calculate very important concept, force between two parallel plate capacitor. Some